Can see my beautiful, beautiful families that we've been advocating for the last year and a half. I want you to know that we are announcing our candidacy for mayor. I am announcing my candidacy for mayor because I want you guys to know that this is about the community, right? I'm nobody's politician, but I tell you what, I am DC, and it's time. It's time for a change. We cannot have more of the same. 4 more years of the same would be ruining the lives of the families you see behind me. Guys, it is important that we stop ignoring what we see happening right before us. And what happens when they come into our communities and tear us apart? We live with rodents, we live with roaches, we live with no AC and heat. We have management companies that don't think they have to answer the phone because they think that the support they're getting downtown is supposed to protect them from the very residents that they're supposed to be serving. I want you to know for the better part, for a year and a half, the organization that I lead, Healthy DC and Me, has been over here on the ground in Woodberry, fighting with the Attorney General's office, asking him to remove this slumlord. Capital Realty must go because these families over here have been living too long in the conditions that they've been living in. We've had everybody at this property. We brought Phil Mendelson, the chairperson of the council, showed him the mold. Ironically, he orchestrated the mold act, but for some reason, many of them still fight and argue about the returning suspicious black spots that we can't get this city to do anything about. See, it's important that we talk about and document this because you guys that don't have these issues don't know how it feels to have to live like this. They're frustrated and they don't want to have to deal with it anymore, and they shouldn't. We have enough money in this town with all this beautiful building, all this corporation dollars flowing through this city. I need you to know that the nation's capital needs to include all, and until it does, we are failing. I want you to know that today we serve notice on slumlords in this city. We will not have it anymore. Today, we serve notice on this city that our seniors will be taken care of, and they will not be an afterthought or some kind of a soundbite because there's an election. See how people don't like politics. I get that. I don't like politics. But I don't like our seniors living like they live, and I don't like our children thinking that this is it. Many of these communities look like they did when I came through them, and I'm 50 plus years of age, and it is not acceptable. I am Ward 8 for life, which means that I will not sit by and watch this city do things for other parts of the town that they will not do for our families that live here. I am Rhonda Hamilton. I am a mental health advocate. I am a daughter of this city, and I do not like that the city is still ignoring communities like Woodberry Village. We've been on the phone with DCRA calling it out, and what we understand as of yesterday, DCRA just referred this community back to the Attorney General's office. Well, the Attorney General's office was involved when we came on this property day one. Hey, Miss Jennifer Berger, Mr. Carl Racine down there in the Attorney General's office. We understand that change of command is getting ready to happen. So today we serve notice and letting you know that you will not continue to ignore communities like Woodberry Village without hearing from the community. I announced my candidacy here at Woodberry Village so you guys know that I will not leave my community members behind. No, we don't like politics, but we don't like what we see happening, and more of the same is not an option. I'm going to introduce you to some beautiful folks so you know this is not all about me. And day one on that job, I tell you, we're going to have tenant implemented boards. Why? Because they cannot make rules downtown for the standards that you guys live with unless they know who you are. Can't even get them to come over here. We got at-large Robert White to come over here just before he lost the election. Had he held a press conference, maybe things might have been different. They will not talk about the real things because the politics keeps getting in the way. The dollar bills get in the way. Well, I'm telling you something. There's not supposed to be a dollar that's supposed to be so powerful that these citizens have to still live like this. Do you know that many of them are afraid to come out and speak about it? Do you know many of them are concerned that they're going to lose their housing? How in the world do you paste notices on the doors telling them they owe you $3,000 and $4,000 and $5,000 in rent and then turn around and offer them a portable air conditioner when their AC goes out? How do I have citizens over here living with health conditions and no heat for a year and you know about it? Who are you to act like you're not going to answer the phone when they call you to tell you that they have problems when you know these problems exist? Well, guys, that's what power looks like. That's what gatekeeping looks like. And we're calling it all out today because I am Rhonda Hamilton. I am entering the race for mayor in November because I will win, and I intend to relieve and remove this current mayor because she's out of touch with the matters of community. Do you know my beautiful Miss Braxton here? Miss Braxton, will you wave for the folks and let them know that you stand out here, and will you help us understand what is it about you and this election that you feel needs to change so that your living can be better?
Good afternoon. First of all, I'm really upset with the mayor. I like some of the things that she did, but Black lives do matter. I've been in Washington, D.C. for 83 years. I've seen this community become a community, and they are dedicated to one another. Those who have been out here most of the time, we've got residents out here who've been here for 40 and 50 years.
40 and 50
and
years.
I come out here from Northwest because it was so beautiful the day that I came through here. Birds, beautiful old trees which are gone in the back. I'm sorry, we're not back there on that lot to see.
Yeah,
they have torn this place up.
Yes.
They have torn up people's houses, so-called remodeling. Come out to see, stop on my door, I'll show you.
How you feeling over here living day to day?
I'm upset, not just for me, but I'm upset for these people who have been here, who are not being given any respect. And then somebody tells me, I go to the office to talk to this lady who's in charge, so-called in charge, I don't know who she is, or what she is all about. But I don't want you to tell me, the newest person in my office tell me that, oh, you know, she's so busy. That isn't my problem.
That's right.
You got babies out here.
That's right. That's
I
right.
come after the babies.
That's right.
Make sure the babies have their needs, and these mothers have the things on the property that they need.
Well, first of all, where's the playground? Where are the babies playing at? Where's the playground? Where is the sense of community around here? It's been torn down. Absolutely, it's been torn down. But I guess it might have been torn down, but they're still collecting rent.
Where does Black lives begin in Southeast?
Hey, come on, Vice President of the Tenant Association.
Where do they belong in Southeast?
That's right, and I'm going to invite Siobhan Love to the conversation. Yeah, you know the difference because you've been up there,
I was
right?
born
That's
up
right.
there.
I want to ask Siobhan to chime in.
At age 67, because I thought it was so beautiful.
Yeah,
I see
and now here
deer
we are.
down by the church.
Yeah.
You know, this is a paradise. And
Yeah.
these people, for the most part, they don't bother anybody. You have factions who come around who want to show their power over you because they think we're powerful.
That's what it is, power.
Downtown got to stop smiling and grinning in each other's faces.
Come on.
And do your work.
You heard it from out here.
Friends on your job. I'm mad.
That's right, and that's right, Miss Braxton. You stay mad. You stay mad because we heard your cries. Come on, Vice President of the Tenant Association, Ms. Siobhan Love. You would have them believe that they wouldn't organize. Talk to them, Siobhan, for us.
Good afternoon. My name is Siobhan Love. I'm the VP of the Tenant Association for Woodberry Village. These aren't made-up stories out here. We're living this every day. We're living in poverty. We're living in buildings, in units where we're constantly have things going out of order. Things shutting down, ceilings falling in, water's leaking, pipes busting. Like, these aren't made up stories. And just being tired isn't enough right now.
That's
like,
right.
we're going to fight this fight to the end.
That's
From
right.
day one, you have been here and you have did an amazing job, but we're going to stick by her side. She needs to become mayor because she makes a difference. She stands, she sticks with her word, she does what she says she's going to do. She's here for us.
That's right, baby. I appreciate that. That's right. That's right. Hey, Nancy, come on and chime in. I want them to know that there are too many stories over here in Woodberry Village that must be told because our children need to inherit a D.C. that is rid of all of this. We're tired of fighting our history. Level the playing field. Make sure that every family in this city has access to all these wonderful resources that you say that exist. We don't hear about them until the election comes. You couldn't get it done, so we're coming to you. That's right. Come on, Nancy. Talk to them. Tell them what you're going through over here. Come on, join us, Queen. Got our disabled seniors over here fighting, and fight she will. And you know what happens when you fight too hard against Capital Realty? They tell you you're acting spoiled. How would you feel if they told your grandmother she was acting spoiled because she spoke up and didn't want to live in a community or in these type of conditions? It's just not acceptable. Hey, Miss Black, come on while Nancy gets in place. You got a story. Let them know. No, nobody's living in fear anymore. You don't scare anybody with your fake power. We can do what you do, and we're doing it today. Let's go.
Yes, my name is Black. I live at Woodberry. I've been having a whole lot of problems. I mean, in the back where I live at, it's dangerous. It's not safe back there. My air conditioners were leaking. They came one day and then never come back again. Everything in my pocket is really messed up. And I'm getting tired. I'm tired of putting note on my door.
What they put a note on your door that say, Miss Black?
I owe $1,000 something.
You owe $1,000?
I owe $1,180. I don't owe that.
That's
I know
right.
I pay my rent every month.
That's right.
If I feel like this, if the government give us money to pay our rent, It should be in the office. If I got one from a church, they got that in the office. So I told them, I'm not going to pay. Take me to court.
That's right. And that's why we out here. Thank you, Miss Jackson, Miss Black, for being so honest and sincere. See, a lot of folks don't want to come forward and tell their stories because they don't feel like anything's going to be done. When we don't have effective and accountable leadership, this is what happens. It shuts people up. It captures their voices. That's why I advocate. Because my dear mother, Regina Fleming, walked these streets with her mental health challenges. And she too didn't understand. She too called on management companies that didn't respond. She too had to live in communities where they shunned her, oppressed her, and kept her from speaking out. Come on, Nancy, tell us your story.
Hi, my name is Nancy Smith, and I've been here almost 20 years with the same problem, and ain't nothing changed. I was up there on the 3rd floor. My floor kept in. Then they moved me back there in the back, in 3253. That was no better. Now I'm right here on the front line. That's not no better because I need a handicap ramp. And they said they not going to pay for it. It's not their problem to give me a handicap ramp.
Now, you heard it. You heard it firsthand. Yeah, 20 years there was a problem, and that's why this Capital Realty took over, because supposedly they were coming in to usher in change. But what they've done is offered more of the same. They've changed the faces on the inside. It makes it look pretty. But what do you do with baseboards this far from the floor that allows the rodents to come in under the door? What do you do when they won't secure the door? What about the suspicious black spots that keep showing back up that you tell them that's not mold? It is not okay. It is not okay. And the only way landlords get away with that is when we don't have leadership that is accountable. So we want you to know that today we serve notice from the community level that I am entering this mayor's race because enough is enough. We do this for our children, for our seniors, and for our families that deserve better. And I need you guys to know something. With this gentrification coming in, it is important that now we take a stand so that they understand the voices east of the river so that we can come together. Our children need to be the beautiful benefactor of all this wonderful culture that's floating around our town. So that is why it's important that we have this conversation. So I, today, Rhonda Hamilton, I have joined the mayor's race. I'm asking you out there to register to vote. All too often when you guys get frustrated, you won't vote. And that doesn't help our children, and it definitely doesn't help our communities. You don't hear those closed door meetings, do you? You don't hear what they're talking about. As soon as you call down there and start complaining about what's going on, what they tell you? Oh, they don't vote over there. As if your vote dictates whether or not they're going to care about you. Well, I'm here to tell you I care about you. I come from Ward 8. I'm going to stay in Ward 8 until Ward 8 starts to look like the other wards west of the river, because it can. There's too much money in this town, and not everybody has access to the resources and the beautiful economic growth that's going on in this town. No more, DC. Enough is enough. I'm Rhonda Hamilton. I want you to vote this November the 8th. And more importantly, I want you to go to www.rhondahamiltonfordcmayor.com because I want to hear from you. That website is being updated every day in order that you can understand what my candidacy is all about. But at the end of the day, I want you to know I am you. I am DC. This is our DC. And if they're going to continue to change it, then we need to be at the table having a conversation with them. I want you to know. Come on, tell your story. I saw you on the phone. Come on and talk to us, Queen.
Okay, right down. The problem I'm having is the Verizon can't get to the telephone wire.
Okay.
Because somebody been keeping a pit bull down there. They done chewed up all the wire, and they done messed up.
So how long have you been without a phone? What happened when you called the management?
I've been without a phone almost half of a month.
What happened when you called management?
Oh, the Verizon called me and said they supposed to have it cleaned up by today.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still not cleaned up.
So you still don't have a telephone?
They got the pit bull out of there.
Mm-hmm.
And whoever had the pit bull didn't even leave it, did he? But he done messed up all the floor, and they say they weren't going in there.
So what's going on with management? Who's going to help you with the management?
They supposed to have came around here and cleaned it up.
And they still didn't. And these are some of the situations we're hearing with citizens that don't have help from management. What are they supposed to do? What I don't understand is why is it that the manager expects, or the landlord or the ownership expects to collect money when they can't provide proper management to the citizens?
And I pay my rent every month.
Yes, you do. Many of you do, and it's not an excuse for them not to act. Come on, Miss Braxton. You had something you wanted to add?
Yeah, I wanted to add to this way Miss Palm was commenting that I've been having problems with Comcast and the wiring back there. Comcast will come and fix it, but they need to get to a router box. A router box. But the workers were back there snatching things. The wires are down now. Comcast came out like the day before yesterday.
Yeah, but they say it was a dog down
They
there.
said that they took the pictures. And I saw him.
And
send
that's
us
what y'all
pictures.
need to do, go around there and take the pictures.
I don't need no pictures. I done took enough pictures. You think I need to see no more pictures? You think I need more pictures? Me, really? All the pictures I done collected around here, one more picture that's supposed to make a difference. What you're saying is that you need that taken care of, and it hasn't been taken care of, and that's what you've been dealing with around here, and that's why I'm running for mayor, because enough is enough. Would you want your grandmother living like this? No, I don't think that our current mayor has.
And I've been around here for 50 years.
Yeah, it has to stop. It has to stop, and it will stop. Hey Facebook. Today was my message from the community to help you to understand. If you didn't know, there are families that are in need of new leadership. I am a mental health advocate. I will remain a mental health advocate, and I will remain an advocate for this city. Because as all of these wonderful changes keep being ushered in, we need to make sure we don't leave our city behind. This is DC. I am DC. The folks before you are DC. Hey, Mr. Smith, where are you? Come on over in the background. Come on over here and tell your story. I want you to know for the better part of a year and a half, we've been over here on the ground, on this management, asking this city to do something, and they won't. So we're going down there so that we can do something about it. Come on, talk to them and tell them what you're dealing with.
I'm dealing with,
First of all, who are you?
Dapper Smith.
That's right.
I'm dealing with my toilet, the toilet loose, and it's leaking. And my water, when I had my water was running in my tub, it messed my wall up in the living room, need paint. They ain't been by yet.
Yeah, and I want you to understand, to you it may not seem like a big deal, but think about for a year and a half, Mr. Smith has advanced from being rotated from, how many units have you been rotated since living on this property?
One.
You've been rotated, so he's been in 2 units living in this property, and the other unit, when he called, he was dealing with rodent situations, and so what he's speaking on is now that he's in a renovated unit, and it should be okay, it's not, and when a simple call to your management company should remedy the situation. The problem is when you get in a tub with scalding hot water and you're getting ready for work and you call for help and don't get it and it's 2 months later, it's a problem. You know why it's a problem? Because they're putting notices on the doors that says, you owe us money. How in the world do you charge full-time rent and you're not offering the services that you're supposed to be billing for?
Say that whole
You don't have to, I don't want you to tell your business, you don't have to tell it, I know about it. That's right, and it's causing stress, and I'm the mental health advocate because it's not okay. I want you to understand that if we're not having policies in place to hold these management and landlords accountable, what happens when they put these notices on the door? What happens when they go rogue and decide to ignore our citizens? Mental health challenges happen. That's right, because it's very stressful, and it causes anxiety to be worrying about paying rent, worrying about where you're going to live, or worrying about if you got to take off work to go to court. See, they do this stuff in these low-income communities because they figure that we're not educated. They figure that we're going to take it. Well, I want you to know today we serve you notice. Enough is enough. More of the same will not happen. I am Rhonda Hamilton, and I've entered this mayor's race not because I want to trade my street cred, but it ain't doing none of these folks any good when it takes us a year and a half and they still have these issues. It's stressful. And you know what really bugs me is when we have, thanks Stanford, when we have citizens that are struggling with their housing situation and they have children involved. The children show up in school. Children are stressed out, distressed. Did you know that 50% of our children and 50% of humans, period, over our lifetime, mental health will set in by the age of 14. And if you're not addressing it or dealing with it or understand what it looks like, then we have another 75% by the age of 28 will have full-blown. You hear about the guns going off? It's stressful to not have stable housing. When your housing is not stable, then your mental health can't be stable. Guys, you've heard me talk about this for the better part of the last 5 years with the MI Mothers Keep organization and the Healthy DC and Me Leadership Coalition. I came to the community today because my run for mayor is about community. I am a daughter of this city, and as I said before, it is time for all daughters of the city to stand up. It is time for all soldiers of the city to stand up. These stories need not to be what our children inherit. I'm Rhonda Hamilton. I'm asking you to get registered to vote because it is time. Your vote matters, and I don't want another family in this city to live the way we are. I come from a city of pride, and we will return to a city of pride because we will be a city that takes care of our own. Out here in the heat, my beautiful families came out. No, they don't want to tell you their story. They don't want to tell you their business. They're proud. know my heart is in this. So DC, I'm asking you to stand up. In PG County, Ward 9, you know just about what's going on in DC as well, so I'm asking you to stand up. Talk to your brothers, cousins, sisters, and mothers and let them know that until DC is for all, we're losing. And nobody likes to lose. I'm Rhonda Hamilton. I'm asking you to vote this November 8th because it matters. It matters to the families behind me and those that you can't see. And I need you to stop worrying about the folks that don't look like us. This is our town and they can learn to love it too. But nobody knows this town better than us. So we're going to stay at the table. We're going to talk to them and help them to understand what it is that we need. And together we're going to rebuild a DC that we can all be proud of. Day one, I will overhaul all systems that do not serve all communities. The mental health will be overhauled. Housing will be overhauled. And the reality is that we have so much that needs to be overhauled. I hope you're ready to join the committee. I hope you're ready to serve a task force. Because this is not about what I can do for you. This is about what are you ready to do for yourself. Because our babies are watching. It's time to teach our babies that the fight is never over when they have to live like this. Our education will be overhauled. I am Rhonda Hamilton. I'm asking you to vote on November the 8th for me, independent. That's right. Because living the way these families do should not be about politics. It should just simply be about humanity. And as I stand out here dripping sweat, I want you to know that I'm as real as going to get to bring about change in this city. Talk it up out there. www.rhondahamiltonfordcmayor.com. Don't talk about it. Be about it. We got to go downtown and get this done. I'm counting on all of you all. Don't let these families down. Don't let yourself down. Don't let your city down. And don't let our babies down. Vote DC. She will get out of there. We will relieve her because she's out of touch and she's mismanaged the affairs of community and she must go.